Hello, everyone, and welcome to my den. I'm Cade Lowood, and today we are back with more Dragon Quest III. Sorry, got like allergies or something. Anyway, when we last left off, we had finished Gaia's Navel for now, and mostly just fucked around and with some teleportals for a little bit. And now we are back on this eastern continent, but in a different part of it that we couldn't explore before. So let's get going. I'll have to remember that we didn't really finish fully exploring got the teleportal shrines yet, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that. But that's for later. Right now we've got whatever this place is. Let's reapply Padfoot. I wonder if, like, if I were to, like, get all the abilities for Amiri, and then switch her to something else, because she's only missing 2 abilities at this point. Like, if I switch her to something else, will the new thing, the new job, keep the passive stealing thing, or will it just go away when her class changes? I would imagine it's the latter, but you never know. This game could be cool like that. Okay, now we're in Manoza. I couldn't begin to tell you what this place is based on. I know this continent is kind of modeled after like Africa, sort of, but this doesn't look like any place in Africa I've ever heard of, so I mean, I'm happy to be wrong, you know? I'll probably put on screen like what this place is based on, but oh, is this a monster arena? Yes, it is. And just like the other monster arenas, I can't actually do anything here. Because you have to do them in order. So in order to do anything with the other monster arenas, I have to go back and do all the stuff in the Romeria monster arena. And then go from there. Oh, let me check with Ari if there's any monsters. There is. Okay. What? Wait. That's... That's not... Marido meu. That's very close to Spanish, but that's not Spanish. Portuguese, maybe? Papai? Because we already have a Portugal place. Could this be... I don't know, Brazil, maybe? Feels a little redundant, but sure. Oh, this doesn't look anything like pictures or anything I've seen in Brazil. What is this place? I know it's called Manoza. I mean, this place is really pretty, but, like, I don't recognize anything it could be based on. Artefatto Mágico. It almost sounds like Italian, but we also already have an Italy place. This isn't France, I know that much. Yeah, like I said, I'll probably put it on screen. But definitely confusing me right now. Alright. Who's this guy? Alright. It's actually, if there's a funeral going on right now, it's kind of appropriate that we shut up at night. Something just oddly fitting about that. Alright. You picked that up in a graveyard. I want to go ahead and make sure it's not cursed or something. Same with that. also, this late in the game, the only purpose that's gonna have is, you know, selling. And, you know, we all remember that one side quest from Oblivion. You know, like that was a crazy twist, but I'm honestly really glad that shopkeeper genuinely felt bad about that. Like, after learning where those wares were coming from, that he was selling so cheap.
You there?
Because he could have been in on it and like been defending it, but like no, he's like, no, that's fucked up, and I feel horrible.
Are you? I thought as much. Listen, our king is not as he once was. It is dangerous to even enter the Castel.
Castel.
He has punished many an innocent man for crimes they did not commit. I do not wish for you to befall the same fate. You see, my papai, Simon, was one of the king's victims. 10 years ago, he was charged with treason and locked away.
I'm gonna look it up now because I'm very interested.
But then one day, he became the brute that rules us now. Therefore, I think it's best you avoid the Castel at all costs. You can never be too careful.
Okay. Okay, so it's not based on any specific place, but just like the general like South American Amazon area, it seems. Which is interesting as well. You know, so like Colombia, like Venezuela, stuff like that. Wait, so if he falls asleep at his post, he goes without dinner, but going without dinner makes him fall asleep at his post. That's a vicious cycle if I've ever heard one. Alright, is there anything in here? Doesn't look like it. There are 2 nightstands, but they're both blocked off by those beds. There's 2 wardrobes here, but neither of them can be interacted with from the side. So, yeah. Okay. You know, the guy outside was warning us to not, like, hang around here because the King of Manoza has been, you know, incarcerating people for crimes they didn't even commit. But, like, we're committing breaking and entering just by coming in here. And if we got in trouble for this, like... You know, it's like if we did get incarcerated for this, if we did get in trouble, it'd be entirely justified in this case. Because for all intents and purposes, yeah, we are legit breaking and entering just to be here. Basta. Well, actually, what I read was... Now that I'm thinking about it, what I read was that Manoza is like an anagram for Amazon. Like, if you rearrange the letters, they spell Amazon, but I don't know if that means this place is based on the Amazon or if that's just a coincidence. If there's one thing to remember about game developers, though, it's that they are nerds. Every single goddamn one. So, very unlikely that it was a coincidence. You know, it's the same kind of thing that that's the same kind of thing to remember about like Pokemon games. Whenever there's like just the most random little reference to the most obscure or like innocuous thing from a previous game in the series, that was 100% intentional. That it's not a coincidence, and it's that kind of thing that makes me able to still defend Pokemon to an extent, even if the more recent games do have their problems. You can tell that some people still genuinely care about making those games, just not the right people, unfortunately. Okay. My guess is that the point of that was to my guess is that the point of that was like you're supposed to talk to the king and then he throws you in jail or something, but I kind of don't want to do that. So East Tower. All right. But yeah, like Hisui and Zorua's like normal colors being the Pokemon Black 2. Yeah, Black 2. Uh title like logo colors, and then like the shiny version being the white 2 colors, or maybe it was vice versa, but you get the point. It's like its normal and shiny colors are like the same colors as the logo for Pokemon Black and White 2. It's like no designer, no developer that doesn't care about their series is gonna make a detail is gonna like include a detail that obscure and that random. It's like that's the kind of thing made by people who give a shit. And that's a thing that's important to remember. Is like, yeah, the suits higher up at like the Pokemon Company and Nintendo, probably less Nintendo, but still Nintendo. Like they they're the ones calling the shots, and they're the reason the games are just suffering. But like the developers, the people in charge of writing the code, making the art, designing the things, like they actually care and they're putting their all into it with the resources they have. And I feel like the games get a bad rap because people forget that. They just think that everybody in the building, everybody in the studio just doesn't care, and like just sort of blanket statement that the games are bad because of it. Why did I do that? Okay. Well, the effect of safe passage wore off right when I didn't need it anymore. That's convenient. Okay, so now we're in Manoza Cave. I won't be surprised if I need to reapply safe passage at some point soon, but yeah. Padfoot's still active right now, so no battles, or very few battles at least, for a little bit, but I imagine it'll wear off and then we'll have some new enemies to look at. At least I would hope so. Full moon ring. I really need to start selling some of this stuff. Because this game isn't like 11 where, you get tons of gold from every battle. Like, I mean, it can be like that kind of if you have a merchant with you, because merchants apparently, I don't know if it's double or just like a certain percentage increase, but merchants do increase the amount of gold you get per battle. Okay, so we got a mimic here. Okay, so it's resistant to electric. What the? Okay, it like whacked Kane there or something. Like just Kane got insta killed for some reason. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and mid heal Kane. Because I feel like more heal will just be overkill at this point. And then Propeller Blade. There we go. Yeah, Monster Pylon on a single enemy is crazy overpowered. Because that's supposed to be damage that's being spread out, all being focused on one opponent. Leather hat. How early in the game are we? Chimera Wing? Not as useful as it could be, but still useful. Ice Shield. Okay, Antidotal Herb. Never have too many of those. Just gotta... Okay. Apparently, while I was dealing with the recording mishap earlier, I took my Discord off of streamer mode and just got it. Sorry about the sniffling, by the way. Like I said, I think I have like allergies or something. So I just got the sniffles. Let's go ahead and heal up my MP here. Okay, that should be good enough, right? Let's heal up Amiri's MP a little more, actually. All of that, the thing never broke. That's really good. Honestly, actually, I'll probably just only show off the first Mimic fight, and then just cut out the rest. Okay, so finally not a Mimic. Okay. Let's try Holy Protecting, because Jesus Christ. So many Mimics. Oh, hey. I don't think we fought this enemy type yet. Rocky, of course. I believe this enemy is called a Rock Bomb. But I could be wrong. What are these? Shadows. Okay. That will never not be funny to me, just like the enemy basically just completely what sort of looking for? Disintegrating when you kill it. I don't actually know if the Hidu Voodoos, or whatever they're called, those like witch doctor enemies, I don't know if those actually count as humanoid family enemies, but they look humanoid, so I'll go with it. Probably more mimics incoming. Yep. Okay, so Amiri got whacked in that battle, and it took like 4 attempts of casting Zing to get her to get her to resurrect. Okay. Okay, Amiri died again there because I felt like it was a good idea to give an enemy uh weirdly high like percentage whack, or however you want to phrase it. Okay. All right. Zombies fade. Is that any good compared to what I currently have? It's actually not bad. Uh, it's only 2 less than what I currently have, and it'll probably be really effective against the boss coming up, if I had to guess. Mimic. Yep. Okay, so Handle leveled up and got an ability called TikTok. Turns night into day and vice versa when used on the world map. Oh, so it's like a spell. It's like a spell version of the Nightlight, except it works night to day and day to night instead of just day to night. Somebody got way too mimic happy in this game. Oh wow, one single Yggdrasil leaf for like the I think literally like 8 or so mimics, all capable of casting whack. Like, I'm lucky I didn't have to use a single one, but like if I had. Ugh. Oh hey, a new enemy. Uh Wordle. So like worm turtle, I guess. Worm is in like dragon worm, not worm is in, like a worm. Okay. So let's see here. Frizzle, I guess, and Propeller Blade. I don't know. Whoa. Persicutter. What does that do again? Can... Okay. See a single sleeping or confused enemy taking 6 times the usual damage. Oh, so one of the abilities that makes Eric really overpowered in 11, if you combine it with Divide. Catsuit. Uh... Let's see. Slight increase in defense, big decrease in agility. I don't think it's worth it. Besides, I feel like I remember there being like some big caveat to the cat suit anyway. I could be wrong, but oh, new enemy. But yeah, I'd have to look into it. Skeleton swordsman. Okay. Voodoo gooder. Voodoo gooder. I like that. Jeez. Sorry. So sorry. I was gonna try to mute those in the recording or in the editing, but yeah. Ugh, allergies are no fun. Yeah. There we go. Treasure chest, steel broadsword. Okay. What does this glue go to? Okay, so I guess this is how you get back out when you know how to get into that area there. Oh, man. Okay, Kane learned a new... I guess it's an ability? Yeah, ability called meditation from that one. Centers the self in order to summon the strongest healing spirit within. Whatever that's supposed to mean. But okay. So let's see here. There we go. And here's a very anticipated item. Ra's Mirror. Now we can go back to Manoza. And probably call it there, honestly. Because I'm at almost 45 minutes, and I imagine it'll be closer to like... I imagine it'll still be closer to like 30 or so after I cut out all those battles and stuff. So... let me go ahead and heal up here. Oh, wait a minute. It was, okay. Boxer shorts. Okay. Well, that's whatever. Alright. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I, again, apologize for my allergies. I still plan to record one more video for today before calling it. But, so hopefully it won't be too much of a problem after that. But, uh, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to catch you next time. Take care.